How are we looking? Here works. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who have seen this face before and those of you who haven't, welcome to my channel for the first time. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amelia. I'm 18 and I am pregnant. Yup. Still sounds weird. From my 20-week update video, a lot of you have asked, a lot of my friends and family have asked how I found out I was pregnant in the first place. So I thought I'd do a video on it instead of explaining it to you all individually. I got the first idea I was pregnant when in March I was a week late for my period, and I went on a trip with Dom and my dad to Orchard Towers. So I was a week late, and on the 13th of March was the day we arrived, and we went to the water park. And it's just kind of when I was kind of like, I should be able to be at this water park because this should be my, you know. Then I was hoping the next day maybe I might be alright. So then we got to the 14th of March and yeah, still nothing. So I was a bit worried. It was at the back of my mind. Like, it wasn't that big of an issue. I was just like, nah, I'm fine. It's fine. I'm just late. On the 15th of March, Dom and I went to town, bought a pregnancy test, and I took it. And I took one, and then waited the 3 minutes, and yeah, it came back positive. Didn't really know how to react, so I was like, yeah, I don't believe I'm going to take another one. So I took the second one, and of course got the same results, although the second one was a hell of a lot more faded, the second line. Yeah, I started crying, Dom and I hugged, and this was just before we had to go down for dinner with his family, some extended family as well. So it wasn't just a small gathering, it was quite a few people. But so when we went down for dinner, can't lie, I'm usually one for a glass of wine with my roast or any dinner really, doesn't matter what it is, I'll have a glass of wine. But like, I had to refuse it. I don't know, I kind of saw Dom's mum's reaction, kind of saw Chess's reaction of being a bit weird, but okay. Obviously I don't know if she knew at that point, but I could tell she was a bit like, that's a bit odd, you usually like your wine, because I do. So anyway, I had dinner, kind of had to hide how we were feeling, we both did. I was just quiet, or I'm quiet anyway, so I was normal. No, we got through dinner was cool. And then it got to evening after we had, when we had dinner, it was dinner at lunchtime. So now it was dinner, like in the evening. After that, it was just Dom, Chess, his mum, and Ross. Dom and I really didn't know how to tell. We really didn't know how to tell her. So we thought the best way was to draw a stick figure story. So we got a piece of paper and drew stick figures, and it was, I can't remember what the pictures were. We had a picture so Dom being Dom drew 2 people on top of each other, being like, oh no. Then another one that was like taking a test, and another one that was positive, and then both of us being like, it's the end of the world kind of thing, drawing. So we just gave that to his mum, and she looked at it, just thought we were joking, kind of looked back at us like, you're joking, like, but what? So I had the pregnancy test in my pocket, so I just pulled those out and was kind of like, put on the grin, make it all okay, just give her the test. And she was kind of just very shocked, went straight over to Ross and showed him, and came back after she calmed down from her first reaction, came down with us, sat down with us and kind of spoke to us, saying she's not happy about it, obviously a bit disappointed, but was overall supportive, just telling us the decisions we got to make, what we need to think about, how much it's going to change everything. Obviously you're aware of it, but when you hear it, it's like, wow, yeah, that's that, there's that, Jesus says that too. So that was a lot to take in. But she asked us what we were thinking, and I was very much, I can't take a life. I've always been a caring character personally, and I've been told that by a few people. I mean, some people might say otherwise, but yeah, so for me it was not a question about what I wanted. Reality hadn't sunk in for us properly. Like, it was like, it's for the baby, oh cute at that point. I mean, it's scary, but it was very much like, baby, baby, baby. Oh yeah, and then it came to the point of having to come home. So I was staying around at his for after Alton Towers for the weekend or whatever. Then I had to come home and tell my mum. Kind of low-key terrified. Both of us were. Even Dom's mum was a bit like, you've gotta go tell your mum now. Which I was honestly terrified for, because I don't know, I just thought the worst reaction would come from my mum. So anyway, we drove home being quite worried. We kind of spoke about how we were both feeling. So it was just Dom and I in the car. I thought maybe his viewpoint had changed, because his mum did tell us a lot, and it was a lot more of like, your life is gonna be a struggle. Which I haven't got a job. Dom works, so it is a one income situation at the moment. So I was worried he was going to be feeling very differently about it, but in the car he was still very much, we'll get through it and everything. We'll get through it, we'll get through it. We'll sort it out, we got each other, you know. Anyway, so we got to my house, and yeah, my mum was in bed, which didn't help, so we were kind of like, come down please, I need to talk to you. So do I have to? Yes. You have to come down, get out of bed, come down. She came down, well, actually no, she came out of her room, stood at the top of the stairs. We're like, no, come down the stairs, come into the room and chat. So she came in, and I didn't really know how to say it, so I just handed her the pregnancy test. She kind of just did a weird, I can't even imitate the noise and the way she said, what? It was like, it was just the word what, but in a really high pitched, like, shocked, kind of grumbly sound. I don't even know. But she was, I was so surprised. My mum was very supportive. It was just like, okay, well, how are you feeling? Like, explained how stuff's gonna be, what stuff's gonna change, how we're gonna deal with stuff, and that we have to make a decision, but that we have her support, and still do. She's been very supportive with everything. So after having the two reactions from the family, I was definitely surprised by my mum's and by Dom's family. Actually, I would have switched the two in my head, but it was actually the other way around. So yeah, but both were very supportive, like, don't get me wrong. Went to bed feeling kind of like relieved. We weren't completely destroyed and shattered by reactions. But then woke up in the morning, and I think reality had sunk in for both of myself and Dom. I've only got my side of how I was feeling. So for me, I was still very much the same page, wanting to keep it, but very much more like, okay, right, what are we actually going to do? How are we going to deal with it? How are we going to get through it? I didn't tell anyone else about the pregnancy, as I thought my mum, well, explained that most people keep it quiet until 12 weeks because anything can happen. So I told my dad at 12 weeks. His reaction, I think, was by far the funniest and the most amusing. I had no idea, absolutely no idea how my dad would react. People kept asking me. I had no clue. So his reaction was, how? I'm in the world, I think you know how it happened. We were in the garden and I told him, and he was going off to some kind of celebration wake thing for someone he knew who had passed. So he kind of just didn't know how to respond. He completely lost his trail of thoughts and words. Thought, I'm getting out of here. So he went and dipped without saying much at all. But came back afterwards and had a lot more sensible questions. I'm very fortunate on how people responded and reacted in order to feel that I could make decisions based on what I wanted. Honestly, there are points of going through thoughts whether I wanted to keep it or abort it. Just hearing everyone's point of views, it definitely makes you think. And obviously I wanted to consider everyone's feelings. I know it should be yours, and like as the mother, but it is other people's lives as well. In my mind, I'm very much conscious of how it will affect other people, so it's definitely a process of deciding, but ultimately I couldn't do that for me. I couldn't not go with my gut feeling of not being able to take, because for me it's taking a life. Even at, I'd say at 2 months even, that's a whole life. I know it's not fully developed, and a lot of people will argue, but for me, it is a developing life. You kill that one thing and there'll never be another one like it. You'll never know what it was like, obviously, but that is a whole personality, whole person that you never get to meet because you took that. I don't know. Why is it making me emotional? Hormones. Stop crying. So yeah, that was kind of the story of how I found out and told the main people that I needed to tell. And gradually the rest of the family found out. And then gradually more and more people found out. I've never hidden it, it's just I've gradually told people. So yeah, that is my story of how I'm 18 and pregnant. Well, that's how I found out I was 18 and pregnant. That's not the story of how it happened, but you know, we won't go there. Thank you for watching the video if you made it this far. Yeah, and I'll be uploading again soon, hopefully. So please like and subscribe so you can see the next videos. Okay, bye!